Racing on Thursday takes place out at Turffontein, where we are racing on the inside track. It is Thursday, the 11th of July, 2024. We've got an 8-race program lined up with race number 1 set to get underway at 12:05. It will be the start of the bipod, and it is a work rider's maiden plate over 1,800 meters that will get the day started. And joining me on the line for this 8-race program is Alistair Cohen. And Alistair, how's things going your side? You mentioned you're a bit under the weather.
Yeah, I think July week was pretty hectic. It was an unbelievable week, Raheel. To you and all the viewers, the dust is all settled and everyone's talking about what happened on Saturday at the Hollywoodbets Durbanville. For me, it was probably my favorite July of all time. Just with the show that Hollywood brought, obviously 1 or 2 results could always go better for us punters. We are perfectionists, and after a 12-race card, always 1 or 2 things that we saw differently that didn't happen. But unbelievable day. When you get a little bit too invested in things, you probably get a little bit carried away and spend a few days recovering. But now it's all systems go to the end of the month. Really looking forward to that as well. But to all those that made it happen on Saturday, really well done. It was a privilege to be part of it all.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing's for sure, that you really partied hard in the build-up to the Hollywoodbets Durbanville, and you're feeling the after effects now. But hopefully Alistair gets well soon, and we can see him back and striding out perfectly. Well, race number 1, 1,800 meters the distance, and your favorite is number 1, Japanese Maple at 8-10. 7-2 Global Reef Rastignac at 9-2, and then it's 17-2 and better bar those. Now, number 1 Japanese Maple, he's run second at his last 2 starts, and he now is back into a work riders race, which saw him run 4th, beaten behind Al Akhtar, but he comes into this race in a lot better form, and it looks to be the race for his taking, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't bring very strong form lines into the picture, but this is not a strong race by any stretch of the imagination. I was at Turffontein when Global Reef ran last and finished 5th to Caliburn. I had him in my play that day, and I saw him in the parade ring. He's a lovely son of Global View, so I'm not sure what happened. Maybe he didn't get home over 2,000 meters. Maybe that's the excuse. But he's still got 3 lengths to turn around with number 1 Japanese Maple. So although I'd expect more from number 3 Global Reef, to turn around 3 lengths is still 3 lengths. And Pelasida Moklava was one of the more accomplished work riders around, so he's got that in his favour. So I think number 1 Japanese Maple will probably get his day in the sun. I'd expect some improvement from number 11 Rastignac, despite a deep draw. Tapisa Matsuelo takes the ride. I was looking at the work rider stats just on Tuesday night, and Pelasida is the second top work rider in the country this season, so he's had a wonderful time of things. If he can overcome the draw, and if the horse is not in need of the run, he could be dangerous for a top 2 position, but I do think they'll have to lift their feet to beat number 1 Japanese Maple. He's got most in his favour, and although the form lines are weak, although he's run nice races and weak races, I think that he'll probably be the one to come off the conveyor belt this time around.
Yeah, that's horse number 1 for the Whale Mawin Yard, and Waishang Mawin, in fact, and the 3-year son of Mambo in Seattle. Let's see if he can get it right at the 9th time of asking. Race number 2, a maiden juvenile plate for the fillies over the 1,000 meter trip. It is the start of the place accumulator, 12:35 the off time. And number 6, 17 again is your favorite at 8-10. Belisiva at 4-1. Number 1 Accept Cookies at 6-1. 7-1 about Saudi Sweep, and then it is 10-1 and better bar those. Now, it's a race that I'm not sure how confident you can be, but number 6 certainly sets a standard on her 2 races in work rider races, when finishing second to the Navy Lark and second to Gold Agent. These first timers, they wouldn't need to be too special to get a blow in on debut.
No, not at all. Watch the market. The place accumulator is my suggested bet here, Raheel. So just have a look at how things are measuring up before you play a PA. That's the advantage that you have. I have banked number 6, 17 again, simply on the fact that she has got the best form on offer of the 4 of the 9 runners that have stepped out onto the racetrack. She's a small, dainty daughter of Erupt, and as you say, she's running work riders races, and they are weak work riders races. Last time behind Gold Agent had the benefit benefit of an advantageous draw, and 17 again may have been beaten by that. The headgear goes on for the first time. Gavin Larena goes on for the first time. Also goes around the turn for the first time. Also bear in mind that she was scratched just a couple of weeks ago due to elevated TCO2 levels. So, hopefully that didn't take the wind out of her sails, that she went all the way to the races and didn't run. Maybe that flattened her out. I'm just probably overthinking things just a little bit. But look, she should take all the beating. If there is support for one or two runners in this race on the market, put them into the place accumulator. There are a few that make a little bit of appeal as far as being 1,000-meter horses are concerned. Number 5, Saudi Sweep, funny enough, is a daughter of Pomodoro. That wouldn't jump off the page as saying 1,000 meters, but she is related to Matador Man, who was very good over 1,400 to a mile. Number 5, Saudi Sweep, and Sean Terry can ready them up first time if they are any good. So maybe just keep an eye on her, and then obviously number 1, Accept Cookies, being by Give Me the Green Light. Again, that pedigree wouldn't scream a win over 1,000 meters first time out. But as you said at the top of this race, it wouldn't take a superstar to win on debut in a field of this nature. 17 again should suffice as a PA banker, but watch the market for any clues.
Yeah, number 1 and number 5, interesting newcomers, and let's see what the market has to say as we get closer to race time. Race number 3, Maiden Juvenile Plate, 1,000 meters. The distance 5:1 is the off time, and Watchman is the favorite at we'll call it 5-10. 9-2 Blaze Away, Komati River at 9-2, and then it's double figure odds about the balance. Now Watchman, there was support for this Son of Va on debut, well-bred Son of Va, and he ran a cracker behind Lead the Charge, and he was actually coming back at the line, and he was just probably didn't get there in time, but he's a horse that I'm sure would have tightened up a great deal with that run 2 weeks ago, and he seems to be a pick 6 banker.
Yeah, I'll be blown away if he doesn't win it. In the pick 6, remember this, the first leg, you got the advantage of the first timer rule. So if 2 or 3 are, and they'll have to be much better than any first timers in race 2, but if they are of a sufficient quality and they do turn over number 6, Night Watchman, you'd anticipate Night Watchman to be the first race runner home. What's interesting here, Raheel, is that Night Watchman has taken up his place in a juvenile plate on Saturday as well, an added race, because they were looking to put on races on Saturday when quite a few didn't fill up. And Watchman's going to take on quite a strong Johan Janse van Vuren contingent. So very interesting to see how that all works out, especially, in fact, he doesn't even have to win, but win, lose or draw, the short-term future is quite interesting with the Son of Va. He should be an out-and-out 1,000-meter horse by Va out of a Captain Almere. He showed pace on debut, as you mentioned, headed, came back strongly over the closing stages. I'm not going to overcomplicate this. I think he'll win. If a first-timer is going to turn him over, they'll have to be very, very, very good. And I mean, I can't see a pedigree first-timer turning over a horse that ran second first time up. Maybe Blaze Away could with Gavin Larena for Fabian Habib, but if he does beat number 6, Night Watchman, then he'll be an exciting horse to follow.
Yeah, all in here with number 6, Watchman in race number 3. Race number 4, Maiden Plate, Fillies and Mares, 1,800 meters. The distance, 13:45 is the off time. Number 1, Easy on Me, 3-year-old daughter of Duke of Marmalade at 6-10. 7-2 City Lights, Butternut and Roy Vane at 5-1. 6-1 About Perform, who took a place on the weekend, and the form update finished 5th, beaten 6.5 lengths. And then it is double figure odds about the balance. Now, could this be another race where we've got a banker in the pick 6, Easy on Me at 6-10?
So when I looked at the betting, I looked at the race first, and I thought, I'm going to look for a reason to beat number 1, Easy on Me, and I can't find that reason. But pick 6 banker, no, because I think I found an absolute lunatic here that can certainly run into the top 3 and at least give swingers a shake. But let's start with number 1, Easy on Me. She should win. She's got the best numbers in the race. She's sort of banging on the door in her last few starts. Raymond Danielson's riding well. Roy Maitner's yards come to life. When City Lights, a 17-start maiden with a bad draw, Butternut and Roy Vane, who got beaten by 100 to 1 shot last time, when they make some sort of appeal, when Perform, who, when we did the show for Sunday, was opening at the top of the board, you know that you're in trouble in terms of the quality of the race. So I find no reason to get number 1, Easy on Me, beaten. But I am going to suggest that number 9, Captain's Clover, is a horse to include for trifectas and quartets. And I don't know, I'm going to be cheeky and put this filly into the pick 6. She's probably crying out for this distance. She's shown absolutely nothing. She's been well beaten in 2 starts to date. Pilasante Mpoli takes her right. She carries no weight in a very shallow field because she's a 2-year-old. I have no doubt that this is going to be her career best because it can't be any worse than the 2 starts that she's put together. But I refuse to believe that in a year from now, that she'll be showing the same type of numbers as some of the other horses in this race. Obviously, Can't Fool Me comes out due to being a winner over the weekend, so that might make her life a little bit easier. She comes in a draw as well. I think that she's going to be dangerous to an extent. And again, maybe I'm looking at things a little bit too deeply and trying to get number 1 easy on me beaten is probably stupid. I think she'll win. As mentioned, she is a PA banker. She's a bar pot banker. But I'm just cheekily going to include this 2-year-old number 9, Captain's Clover, into the play. She too turned up at Turffontein a few weeks ago. She was scratched with elevated TCO2. Maybe to come back and dance another day could aid her chances a little bit.
Yeah, number 9, Captain's Clover, 33-1 in the market. That is her current price at the time of recording. And let's see what this daughter of Captain of All has to offer in race number 4. But number 1, easy on me, 6-10, the one to beat. Race number 5, middle stakes over 2,600 meters. 20 past 2 is the off time. Favorite is number 7, Mambo Camtesio at 15-10. Number 2, Medalist Heart is trading at 5-1. 6-1 about Vesuvio. 7-1 about 20 drachmas, 8-1 United Council, Caddy Zora, and then you get in 12-1 and better ball those. Now, number 7, Mambo Camtesio. Last time out, he bumped into 2 bets on the day, Raise Hallelujah, and the second horse was Breeze Over. Now, unfortunately, they didn't really perform to their best or run to their best form in the Gold Vase on Hollywoodbets Durban July Day, but this horse, he comes in with 54 kgs on the back. Muzi is the pilot, and he looks to be ready to win, and he could certainly take a step forward on his last few starts. But I think it's a race where a couple could get involved.
I thought the same when I looked at this race, Raheel, but I've settled on the 2 numbers at the top of the boards, numbers 2 and 7. With number 7, Mambo Camtesio being my top choice. Racer Hallelujah ran into no luck in the DSTV Gold Vase. Not that he would have won the race, but he certainly isn't as bad as what the margin shows. And Breeze Over, I just don't think enjoys Hollywoodbets Greyville. I thought that he'd have the running style to go forward, but just nothing worked out. But the reason why I've settled on number 7, Mambo Camtesio, is beating a few horses that have done me favours in the past. It's just on 2 pieces of form. One to Home of the Brave and the next one to Raise a Hallelujah. Mambo Camtesio on the Home of the Brave run in mid-May holds 20 drachmas Afrod, United Council and Arlington Action finished in front of them all, has the benefit of the weights. And then again in mid-June to Raise a Hallelujah finished in front of Vesuvio, who I make a chance of a lightweight. Arlington Action Afrod, 20 drachmas and Absolute Value, and still holds the advantage of the weights. Muzi Yeni now takes the ride. I think Muzi will get on well with the son of Mambo in Seattle. And even though winning doesn't come too easily for this boy, he's probably at the right place now and the right time to be able to strike. Number 2, Medalist Tot, I've got her in the play because this being a middle stakes, obviously fillies get a sex allowance, and also this is probably her first time in Joburg over the right trip. Her win in Mabecha on the 8th of March at pinnacle level was freakish when beating Heathcliff and going 1,000,000 miles an hour and able to sustain that. I think that'll serve her well on a fast track in winter on the Turffontein inside track. If she gets a cheap lead and coming on with that last run under the belt, which was obviously over a distance short of her best, I can see her being a difficult horse to peg back. So include her in everything. Number 2, Medalist Tot, but 7, Mambo Camtesio, my top choice. Quite a few others you'll need to include into the pick 6. 10, Vesuvio, I think needs to go in. 4, United Council also defaults into the play as well.
2 and 7, the 2 horses to play around in race number 5. But in terms of a win bet, there could be a couple others that could make their presence felt quite strongly. Race number 6, 2,000 meters. It's an MR74 handicap. 3 o'clock is the off time. Favorite is number 8, Silvano's Song at 7-2. 4-1 about Haslo Grande. 5-1 about Royal Mazarin, Majestic Touch. 8-1 Main Mission, Romeo's Magic, Flag Bearer, and then it's 12-1 and better ball those. Now, this horse Silvano's Song, it is 541 days since he last won, so you obviously can't have a great deal of confidence in him, and whether you're still in his camp and still a supporter of his, you will tell us in a moment. But there's a couple horses here that are found to support Royal Mazarin and Majestic Touch, 7-1 and 8-1 into 5-1 respectively. So What do you make what do you make of the support for those two horses?
I love Majestic Touch in this race, Raheel. It's sadly not my money, but whoever's on, well played, shrewd. I like this horse going up in distance. He's related to a horse who stayed all day in the Ashley Devachanda colours, whose name escapes me at the moment. This is the first time over 2,000 metres, but the horse was trained by Jeff Woodruff and stayed all day. Was by an unfashionable stallion as well. Gavin Lorena takes it right now, comes into draw one.
Is the horse called Dharma?
No, and I think if you gave me the name, I probably wouldn't remember either. But still, we'll figure it out. I'm actually going to look at the end of this race and try and work it out of bless you. But anyway, the Son of Path Fork now draw one, tries this distance for the first time, been sparingly raced. I thought last time from the draw, I watched him closely because I gave him a smidgen of hope. I tipped him on the show as potentially being a top 4 choice, and nothing went right. He got no position from a deep draw, and he sort of hung around behind Clarkson on that occasion. I liked enough of what I saw, and I think he's got plenty in his favour this time around, number 10, Majestic Touch. Again, can you be overly confident with a horse who just looks like he might have lost a little bit of confidence? No, but he has beaten Jordan. He has run to Sandringham Summit and Purple Picture. That's the type of company he kept a while ago. There's another horse here that's done me a few favours along the way that I'm going to get on the right side of soon, and that's number 4, Haslo Grande. They're the two horses that I'm revolving this whole race around. I've got them both in the PA. I'm probably going to put them both into the pick 6 as well, and I'm going to look to double float them in the quartet. I'm going to take Boxed Exactus swing as the absolute lot here with these two horses. 4, Haslo Grande. Craig Zaki takes her out for Paul Matchett. Sounds of Life last time and going off to the front, not disgraced behind Diesel Shadow. Third run after a race out of a very well performed mare in the former Mina Salam. Ratings come down from an 80 down to a 71 in good time. I think this horse is alive. They're the only two horses I want to know about in race 6. If I am having a win bet, it is on number 10, Majestic Touch, but there's definitely going to be plenty of cover to come from number 4, Haslo Grande. They're the only two horses I want to know about here.
There's a horse called Banner Hill. I've just looked it up, yeah. Son of Tiger Hill.
Banner Hill, that's the horse. Well played.
Yeah, Banner Hill. And see this horse... one over 1,800 meters, one over 3,200 meters, 2,000, 2,4, 2,4, 1,600. So over a various number of trips, the Banner Hill win over, who's related to Majestic Touch. And well, perhaps the step up in trip could be what he's looking for at this time in his career. And he could be some nice value in race number 6. But include number 4 in the play as well, Haslo Grande. Race number 7. Fillies and Mares, 90 handicap over 1,450 meters. 1,540 is the off time. And number 4, Here Komi Boki, and number 5, Heart Peaks are your joint favorites at 4-1. It is 5-1 about Duena, 6-1 Sunshine Day, Golden Aspen, 7-1 and Better Ball. Those. Now, Golden Aspen form update. She was a winner 7 days ago when beating Water Lucy. She's gone up 6 points for that, so carries 55.5 kgs. And Marco van Rensburg takes her right. So a few changes to take note of there with number 9, Golden Aspen, who's in the form of her career. 3 wins from her last 4 outings. She's a 9-time winner now, Golden Aspen. So she's definitely going to be a massive contender once again, especially from gate number 1. But there's a few others that will be looking to make their presence felt. And this filly, a stablemate, Here Komi Boki, won a very nice race on local debut and beating Ride-On, going from start to finish.
Yeah, Raheel, I think that we've got light enough for the first few legs of the place accumulator and the other exotics to open up in this race, because you'll need to. You can make a case for every horse. I'm very uneasy about this race. My PA numbers are 1, 4 and 5. My top choice is number 4, Here Komi Boki, because I think she won with enough in hand last time. Even though she got an £8 penalty from the handicapper, she looked the good when winning over 1,200 metres on this inside track. I don't think the step up in distance will worry her too much, and I think that she's got every chance of backing it up. If the handicapper has got to her, number 1, Duenna is capable. She has to lug run top weight. She tends to do her best work at the finish. Might be a little bit frustrating that she didn't win in her last 2 starts, but she did run against some pretty good opposition. And last time she was a trifle unlucky, according to the Starps report, having shifted out of the 200. And number 5, Heart Peaks, despite the deep draw, she's in good, consistent form and is not one to ignore. But if you have a look at pure collateral form, Courageous has got Hot Peak's absolutely stone cold, but Courageous has developed a couple of issues all of a sudden in not wanting to go down to the start. She's obviously been reschooled and repassed, and she went down to the start before a race meeting the other day, so hopefully she doesn't get up to her old tricks. But on collateral form, then she's got number 5, Hot Peak's cold, just a matter of which Courageous turns up. Number 8, just been asked 1,200 meters too short for her last time. Expectations were that she'd run well. She just never really got going. She'll be better over 14.50. So although I'm making a case for the Dawson horses, I'm not leaving them out of the pick 6. Bonika's very much on my radar. She's better than her last run. If you ignore that last run, she's bang into the play as well. 2 Sunshine Days showing signs of love. In the PA, like I said, 1, 4 and 5, but if you can afford the field in the pick 6, go the field and shout for the horse at the bottom of the boards.
Yeah, and that horse is number 7, in fact 6 and 7, Bonika and Primrose Path at 20-1 in the market. Let's see if they make their presence felt here in race number 7. But 1, 4, 5, the numbers in race 7 for Alistair. Those are 3 horses for the PA, but let's see how it all unfolds. Race number 8 will be the final race on the day. Fillies and Mares, 73 handicap over 1,450 meters. And number 1, Frozen Fantasy, along with number 4, Gimme Fabulous, both at 7-2. I see Gimme Fabulous 8-1 into 7-2. Whether that is right or not, but she's obviously right in the market. 5-1, Do It With Diamonds. 11-2, One Party. 8-1, Dancing Dora, and then it's 10-1 and Better Bar those. Race 8. You have a strong fancy here.
Yep, I do, and I told the owner number 4, Gimme Fabulous, is the horse to watch. Mike and Adam, as he trained Gavin Larena, takes the ride. Started up in Cape Town, won in Cape Town, beating in the green zone, who obviously took a while to win subsequently, but she won. I couldn't quite work out why she ran in a middle stakes in her first run back in Joburg. That was probably the only race that presented itself, and she was probably a little bit under par behind Richard the First. But I like what I saw last time behind Force 8, who brings some of the best 2-year-old Joburg form, 2-year-old filly Joburg form, to the fore here. And I think the third run after arrest is going to help number 4, Gimme Fabulous, to no end. It's just a matter of whether she can stretch the 1,450 meters. I think she will. So I'm keen on her chances. We've seen plenty of 2-year-olds over the last month or so do the job around the country against older opposition. And I think the fact that she receives 2 kilograms from number 1, Frozen Fantasy, who has got Saints Grade 1 form, and also with a slightly better draw than number 1, Frozen Fantasy, I think number 4, Gimme Fabulous, probably holds the aces in this race. Number 2, Do It With Diamonds, is my backup. How to draw 1. First run for the yard was a good win over Key Worker, a filly who's held in high regard. She can only step up with that local debut and that victory under the belt. So maybe respect her chances, the daughter of Silvana, who obviously found a little bit of life in her new surroundings. So 2 and 4, my numbers. Pick 6, I'll probably include the other 2-year-olds into the play as well. The older fillies and mares on this race, I think, are pretty much in their place, and the 2-year-olds, I think, are going to improve past them.
Yeah, number 4, Gimme Fabulous at 7-2 in the market. The top pick here for Alistair. Gavin Larena, Mike and Adam, as he teaming up with his 2-year-old daughter of Gimme the Green Light. And let's see if she can get that second win under the belt and make it 2 wins from 5 outings. We're going to move along to the suggested bet now. And Alistair will take us through his suggested bet, which is a place accumulator. And the place accumulator gets underway with a running off race number 2. And the off time for the second race on the program will be 12:35 over the 1,000 meter trip. And Alistair, take it away.
I think there'll be a lot of hungry punters, obviously, at the back of Hollywoodbets Durbanville, and then a quiet Monday and losing a meeting on Tuesday. And now we've got, obviously, standalones all the way through till next Wednesday. So I think punters are going to get a good bang for their buck through the exotics here. So PA starts the race 2, banker number 6, 17 again, by banker number 6, Watchman, by banker number 1, Easy on Me, but my backup there is a complete lunatic in the form of number 9, Captain's Clover. Then on to leg 4, which is race 5, 2 Medalist Tart and 7 Mambo Camtesio. Then on to numbers 4 and 10. Those are my big plays in race number 6. Both of them are going to be money makers there. Hardest 2 races are the last 2, particularly race 7. And the PA 1, 4 and 5, Duenna, Here Call Me Bookie and Heart Peaks. And the final leg numbers 2 and 4, Do It With Diamonds and Gimme Fabulous.
That is Alistair Cohen's place accumulator, and it all begins at 12:35. Alistair, thanks very much. All the best. Have a wonderful weekend. Get well soon.
Cheers, Rahil. Yep, getting better every day, so it should be good to go by the weekend.
Thanks to Alistair Cohen, and all the best with racing on Thursday out at Turffontein. Hopefully you find yourself in the winner's queue.